Forget culture shock. Let's talk about reverse culture shock. Servus and hello, here is Bianca K. Linger, and this time after I came back from the United States, reverse culture shock hit me really, really hard. So this was probably one of the most painful times the past few months that I ever had in my life. Maybe there was some similar stuff when I was still a teenager, but apart from that, I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'll tell you how miserable I felt, and then I'll tell you about my 5 ways how I think I'm about to overcome reverse culture shock. I came back from the United States. I think I did probably everything wrong that you could do once you come back from there. So I started living with my parents again because I was unemployed and I was the cheapest option, and well, my parents treated me kindly, so I got nothing to complain. I shouldn't have, but I still had. But then when I was there, I felt very depressed. Like, I cried a lot. I didn't cry so much for a long time. Well, I mostly stayed at home, did some YouTube videos. Sometimes I met up with friends, sometimes I did some exciting stuff. And however, I also wrote so many job applications, and the worst part was, like, I received so many rejections, and it was at least for me, I felt that this was insane. I felt super important when I was in the United States. Well, maybe not super important, but kind of important. We even received a letter from the President of the United States, for example, and now I thought, I come here back to Austria and pretty much no one wants me, and I didn't feel needed. And I also did all these YouTube videos, and I felt like it's going nowhere, and I felt so lost. I didn't know where to go. There was like felt this lack of opportunities, and I felt like nobody understands me. Like, well, if you're mostly sitting at home, why should other people care as much about you? And why should they understand you? Anyways, it was a tough time. But now, I think it's getting better. It's improving. And now there are 5 ways what I did and how I feel I gained control over my own life again. So, first of all, I moved out of my parents' home, even though I was not quite sure for a long time, since it also depended like in which area I would get my job. So I moved to the next biggest city in a way. Then that comes with the moving part is actually I have a new job, and it is basically taking care of younger kids. It's not exactly what I studied for, and I never expected to take on such a job like that. Right now, I'm kind of glad I did. I like the hours and I like the people there, and I feel like, in terms of discipline and structure, there are things that I can actually learn there. Number 3 is maybe that should be even earlier, is it helped me to start talking to people who are in a similar situation. So people who did the same program as I did, who also went to the United States and they came back and were searching for a job. So that helps because they might actually understand your situation way more since they are going through the same thing, right? So it's good to share. Number 4 is, like, somehow I was also miserable sometimes. It made me sick. I had the feeling to hear so much German everywhere, and at the same time my English skills are declining. And so now I kind of found a way. I'm now only reading most of the stuff in English. I watch a ton of English YouTube videos, and on Audible there I also have English audiobooks. So at least it helps a bit to still indulge in an English environment sometimes, even though I'm mostly surrounded by a German-speaking environment, which I do like as well, but I feel like I'm losing my English skills, and I don't like that. Anyways. And number 5 is I'm also working on my social network again. Yeah, I mean, of course, I have colleagues at my work. That definitely helps. Also, I will start dating again, actually, as well. if you follow me on Instagram, you might know that I had a boyfriend when I was in the United States, but not anymore. So yeah, Tinder is installed, and let's see. We'll see. I'm not sure if I should actually have shared that, but well, I mean, who cares, honestly. And now I have 2 questions for you. Have you ever gone through a reverse culture shock? Have you been abroad and experienced it? Number 2, if you didn't go through a reverse culture shock, which of the points I mentioned in my video do you think would be the most important for you? Thanks for watching, and we'll see each other soon again. Bye. Yeah. Oh, actually, maybe I should. I was in the United States for almost 2 semesters. Some years ago, I was there also for 2 semesters, and I returned back to Austria by the end of May, and now we have September. So